What's up again, YouTube? I'm back with another video. This is episode 2. This video, I kind of wanted to talk about more of the things that you actually will need for your business. I guess you can't really see me there. Anyways, so really, guys, I really wanted to kind of talk about, the kind of things you're going to need to get started for your business. When it comes down to starting a company, you can't just go and have, let's say a sole proprietorship. I mean, you can. I wouldn't recommend it. So this video is going to be more about literally kind of the things you needed to get started in your business. So first things first, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a tax attorney or a CPA. Contact your CPA or your lawyer. I don't recommend following this advice really, because again, remember, I'm the guy who lost his job and just trying to start a channel on YouTube about actually what I'm going to do to start a business, or kind of like go homeless and broke. So maybe you should listen to me, but if you choose to listen to me, this is the information that I recommend that if you wanted to start a business. These are the things you should actually do. So first thing first, guys, when you start a business, I recommend at least starting either a LLC, which is kind of the route that I took, or you can go with a S corp or a C corp, basically an incorporation. So typically, the difference between the two is one, you have to track your minutes. You can have board of directors. You can actually, it's the company runs and you are actually working in your company. Or if you're pretty much kind of like me, you can have a single member LLC, or you can have a partnership LLC where the company can actually pass through your finances. For me and my finances, that actually works out. So the business that I started, I'm not going to put the information out there because this is not, I don't even care about getting business from YouTube for that company. The reason is because this is advertising more to people who kind of want to follow my journey. I told you guys that I'm real big on sales and marketing. So I know that your target audience has to be very important. So telling you guys, my company is kind of irrelevant at this point because I don't need customers from YouTube. At least I don't think I'm gonna need customers from YouTube. So I don't want to do that from this channel. If I decided that I want to do a junk removal channel where I'm actually having customers coming for junk removal for marketing purposes, then I'll create a channel just for that, but not for this. So I'm not going to get into the name, but just know that I went with a LLC. I'm a single member LLC, and that is very important. So what you want to do is you want to go to your state's Secretary of State, okay? And you want to file for an LLC. Usually, I know I live in Texas, so usually what they have on their website is a way you can actually track and see if the name that you want is already taken. So go ahead and make sure your name isn't taken. If I was you, I would research a little bit and make sure that no one has a similar name to your name either. That way you're not kind of running in trouble with them later on. Someone's trying to actually send you a cease and desist letters, or maybe you're trying to actually do something and they want to infringe on your name and your rights. It's best just to do your research first. I recommend making things as simple as possible. Like if you are a company and you do hats, I'm wearing a hat right now, you need to at least have kind of what you do, as in like your name and then what you do. And that's the case. So my name is Courtney, Courtney's Hats or something like that. I don't want to just have Courtney's, because Courtney's could be a restaurant. It could be a clothing line. It could be anything. So since I'm not as big as, companies like McDonald's or whatever, you don't know what I am. So typically you want to be able to say, as a first time, you need the customers to know exactly what it is that you do in the first few seconds so they can decide if they want to go with your business or not. All right. That's my opinion. That's what I recommend. And that's what I did for my business, okay? So my name for my business is Name Junk Removal LLC. That's kind of the way I structured my business, all right? Also, you also want to make sure that, once you get your LLC, the next thing you want to do, the first thing you want to do after that is you want to file for your tax ID with the IRS. Because usually, with that, you have to, it's like your business is its own identity. So you can't just say, hey, my business name, and then it has no identity. Usually for a company, when you want to get a car, when you want to get insurance, you want to get property, they're going to ask you for your own business's identity. If you want to have employees, if you want to have contractors, you can't have your business LLC and then pay everybody from your name and your social. Like that's not how it works. And that, honestly, if you wanted to say that small, that's one of the reasons as well. You want to do an LLC because it's just things are just easier. Once it comes down to tax time, it's just easier, in my opinion. But there's folks who get on the other side of the argument and say that being incorporated is also just the easiest as well. So you want to do what's best for you. You want to do your research and find out the route you want to take, and just go from there. Okay. My route is LLC. Your route may be an incorporation. Just whatever you do, in my opinion, don't become a sole proprietor with a DBA. And the reason for that is if something happens where you mess up or you break somebody's stuff or your people break somebody's stuff, you actually can be held completely liable. Yes, I know with LLC you can get sued and there's possible chance you can be held liable. But if you're a sole proprietor, you're 100% liable for any issues that may actually happen. So whereas then at least I may have a case in court where I'm not liable. When you're a sole proprietor, you are 100% liable every single time. Okay, that's just my opinion. Well, that's facts, but that's the reason why I chose that LLC is the best over a sole proprietor. Now, next thing you want to do after you get your LLC, okay, then you got your tax ID number. Then you want to file certain papers with the IRS to make sure that if you're an S corp or C corp for LLC, or your filing status for your corporation as well too. So there's videos on that. Research, how to get get a tax ID and how to file online. That way you make sure you're doing the right thing there, and you're not blowing through, because this stuff is very important. Do it right the first time, and you're good to go. Now, there are companies out there like LegalZoom. I'm not sponsored by nobody, so I don't care. That's why I'm going to say names, because I don't have brand loyalty to anybody. I have used LegalZoom before. It is expensive because they charge you their fee on top of what your state charges. Just think of it like it's a cost to do business. If you don't want to even deal with it and you don't even care about researching which one's right for you, usually a lot of these companies have, a guided to payment help guide where they could actually show you how they can do everything for you, and then you just basically purchase it from them. And it takes about 20 to 30 days, and typically they'll do everything for you. So if you don't really want to deal with it, that's an option as well too. My first business, I went with LegalZoom. After I saw how easy it was, I just did it myself. It's much cheaper and it doesn't take as long. Okay. And in Texas, it only takes about 2 weeks. With LegalZoom, for some reason, it takes about a month. So just does that information. Next thing you want to do, guys, once you have, or girls, guys and girls, once you have your business LLC, once you have your tax ID, it should take a month to do all this, up to a month. You need to be able to have your business bank account. You do not want to start anything and have anything come out of your personal account. You need to make sure that you're having things going out of your business account. That's the right thing to do. Also, when it comes down later down the line, whenever you want to have loans, they don't want to see your personal account. They want to see a business account. So that's the three things there: LLC, getting your tax ID, then getting your business bank account. I don't care who you go with because I'm not brand specific. I went with Chase. If you just wanted to ask who did I go with, I went with Chase, but it doesn't even matter because I also have a credit union over here, and I went with them too. So it really doesn't matter. There's that. Next thing you want to do, guys, if you don't have a computer for home, make sure that you get yourself a laptop that you actually can use. It's very important that whenever you're creating your own website, you can't just go everything. You can use a library, but you kind of want to save your documents on your own personal data. Sure, you can use a tablet, but I recommend getting a laptop. That way you can, it's mobile. I went with this Samsung right here. I have Apple products. So I could have went with a MacBook, but I have a MacBook for something else. I wanted to get something that's specific to the business I'm starting. That way I could actually save everything on this computer. I can take it with me to go. It's actually kind of like a two-in-one. So it's like it's a laptop and it's a tablet because this screen folds around. I can actually touch the screen as well too. So I thought that was pretty neat. I don't care about Samsung anymore, but this one kind of caught my eye. So this is the one I'm going to go with. You don't want to see my legs, right? You want to see my face. So here we go. Now, when it comes down to the computer, website is very important. Branding. You need to make sure that you have a brand that, one, again, customers can identify who you are very quickly versus your competition. And you need to be able to have your own identity to whereas then you can go on social media. You can have what's called search engine optimization campaigns, SEO, where you can be found on Google, you can be found on Facebook, you can be found on different kinds of platforms. And that way customers can just find you and they can just call your phone. So what I did was I have this laptop, I have this specific phone, and I basically have my website already up. So I've kind of been on it here, creating my own identity. I created me some logos. I have some shirts coming. I have a hat coming. And I'm about to actually start advertising here because the biggest thing about business, people don't know who you are. Like there's no way you can actually say that you have a business and be found. Just like this YouTube channel. I'm very sure, I'm talking to myself right now. I have no subscribers. I'm not gonna have any for a while until this video gets picked up or until you guys are seeing how well I'm doing in the future and come back and watch these videos. So, no one knows who you are. So you have to advertise your business to be able to actually get found. So Google has a pretty good campaign and Bing. So I like going with Bing also because Bing ads also has GoDaddy. Not GoDaddy. What's that one? It's basically a search engine that is private. If you guys know what I'm talking about, put that in the comments below. It's DuckDuckGo. That's it. It's DuckDuckGo. So I like that one too because some people are liking their privacy. And a lot of these larger search engines, they don't care about privacy. They want to use your information. So I for that reason alone, I'm going with Bing ads because you get found on Yahoo, you get found on Bing, and you get found on DuckDuckGo all at the same time. So I thought that was worth it enough for the same ad. So where I'm actually going to be having those ads, and I'm going to be having for the same cost by the way, and for Google. So I kind of did some research into that. So I'm going to be doing that as well. So be on the lookout. And I'm also going to be doing videos to show you guys how I'm setting up my stuff and, kind of things that I'm doing to get started because I don't have, today's date is April 20th. So I have a month, you know what I'm saying? Like I have a month until I'm homeless. That's typically how it works out. So that's how I kick myself in the butt to whereas in either you make this succeed, you have 30 days, or you're not going to be able to feed yourself. And I have a son, so feed your son and you're going to be homeless. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Also, yes, it's kind of nerve wracking, but I've kind of picked up doing Uber on at nights as well too, to give myself some breathing room to offset kind of the expenses I'm actually doing. But it's not going to be enough if I can't actually do this business, and I have to succeed. Like, I have to succeed. So, and I'm going to succeed. So I'm showing you guys kind of the blueprint I'm taking to do this. What you're going to find in business is there's more than one way to do things. The way I'm doing it right now might be so obsolete and not efficient to somebody, or the way I'm doing things right now might be very efficient and the best thing they've ever seen. So you can't really take and see what I'm doing and think like, oh, this is the only way to do it. There's so many ways to do this, but this is the way that I know how to do it. This is the way I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to show you guys how I do things. So guys, here I am just enjoying my patio. I'm probably going to go walk soon. I live here in Los Colinas, so I have, a lake out there. So typically, to clear my mind, when I'm kind of a little stressed out, I walk that. And it's about 3 to 5 miles, depending on how you walk it. The way I walk 7 miles a day. So I've been doing that. I'm pretty heavy on fitness as well too. So just know that, guys, what I'm doing is something that I've never done before. And just bear with me if it's not, content that you can relate with right away. But hopefully, if you subscribe to this, you're going to see my journey, and you're going to see me develop something, and you're going to see me go from literally almost homeless to something that's completely different, hopefully successful. So that's me signing off for video number 2. And if you have any questions, guys, leave me a comment below. If you kind of like what I'm doing, subscribe. Leave me a like if you agree. If you don't like it, dislike it. Tell me how you feel. And no hard feelings, because obviously I can't get any worse than how I feel right now, right? So you guys take care. Have a good day.